Hi viewers, welcome on this program. To our Nigerian viewers, how is the economy treating you? To those in the diaspora, how are we coping in it? To our newcomers, this is a safe space to bant on political highlights with a sprinkle of sarcasm and comical analysis. I am Okwemi Olugbemi. Stay glued on the space. I'll be back in a jiffy. Welcome back. Eyes have not seen, ears have not heard. NEPA having the guts, threatening to cut electricity supply to Aso Rock presidential villa. Aso Rock owing NEPA bill of 47 billion naira. It's like Nigeria is filming a Netflix series. Is this a joke? Our politicians have turned skit makers. The situation is hopeless. We are living in a nation where the rich also cry. Minister of Power says no money in the world can solve Nigeria's electricity problem in 1 year. And he can't promise 247 electricity in 1 year. We don't enter him.
A lot of these things may not have come to the press, may not have come to the media. Oh, we have not seen what you are doing. I can tell you, we've been working tirelessly, 24/7, to serve you. So I'll let you know some of those things that we are doing. Like they say that the chicken sweats, but the feathers will not reveal it. We're working. Believe in us that we're working. Trust us that we are working for you and we will achieve results. So I'll let you have a copy of that. The issues with the electricity supply value chain, they are very, very simple issues, like I always say. But they are in multiples. There are very many of them. And if I start listing these issues, everybody here will tell me, this is the solution. If I say, okay, there's a shortage of gas supply, you say, pay for gas, let them give you gas. If I tell you there are no meters, what is there? Acquire meters and install it. If I say that, our power lines are weak, transmission lines, reconduct line, do a reconductoring of the lines. If I say, the poles are falling for distribution, buy new poles. I say, okay, collections is low for the discos. You tell us, I'll chase the debtors, get your collections. These are very simple issues, truly. But as simple as they are, why have we not solved these issues in the past 60 years? Which we all know that then something fundamental must be wrong. So there are multiple simple technical operational problems across all segments in the value chain, from the supply of gas to the thermal plants, to the operations of the turbines themselves, to evacuation of power generated, to transmission, that's long distance transport of power to load centers, to poor infrastructure for distribution, weak power lines, falling poles, inadequate meter, huge meter gap, tripping off of injection substations, feeders and all that. These are issues and they are multiple. But they are made complicated by lack of sustaining liquidity and infrastructural funding, as well as structural misalignments within the sector. That is the complications. Liquidity, funding of investment and infrastructure improvements, and lack of compliance with market rules in this sector. If we're able to solve these complications, I can tell you the other issues are too simple to resolve. Because electricity may look abstract to a lot of us, but it is not different from the normal economic goods and services that we consume on a daily basis. Because it involves just 3 segments in the value chain, which is production, in layman's language. Transportation and delivery. Production is the generation, which can come from hydropower plants as a source. It can come from thermal plants using gas. It can come from solar. It can come from wind. Any other biogas source. The transportation is what we refer to as transmission, which is transportation over a long distance from the power generating company's location to where the power is required, which is the load or demand center. That's transmission. Then the last segment is distribution. That is delivery. That is delivery into doorsteps of power consumers, which is households, businesses, and industries. It is not more than that. That is the value chain. But does the value chain operate on a natural economic model? Does it? If we cannot solve that issue, and there are ways to solve it, multiple ways to solve it. Any goods and services supply chain that follows a natural economic model of production, transportation, distribution, pricing, payment, collection, go back to production, transport again, deliver, collect. That is the cycle. It must be sustainable. The cycle must have a continual life. The continuity is only guaranteed by the model upon which it is operated, which is pricing. The liquidity will not be a problem. The operators will have enough money to do production, to transport, to deliver.
Food crisis, food crisis, food crisis. See how the needy are struggling for food. If you are in this country and you are able to afford 3 square meals this period, even 2 square meals this period, you are the luckiest human being in Nigeria. The situation is so dire. Even the billionaires are feeling the heat of the hardship. People are fainting, dying because there's no food to stuff the belly with. Food prices have tripled. Inflation killing people. Naira plunging. Yet no increase in salaries.
I wish there were other ways, but there's not.
Oh, Chim.
Tinubu truly hits the ground running. It's hell on earth. No increase in salaries to at least reduce the hardship. The only price starters getting increase in pay are the politicians. The federal government gave each governor of states 30 billion naira to cushion hunger, give to the masses. What did they do with it? You already know the answer.
Amended. And I must say that unverified report has it that each of the state governments in the last few months have received additional 30 billion from the Federal Inland Revenue Service outside their normal allocations, from the Federation account, outside their normal allocations, to assist them in ameliorating the food situation. So we believe that every state government should utilize the funds so received towards ensuring that food is available in the country. So the state governments have a lot to do. They are closest to the people. And I don't want to mention local government because most local governments are controlled by the state governors. So my belief is that if the state governments do what is needful, then the local governments in turn will only be involved in sharing to make sure that these things get to the people. But we must not overlook the fact that Nigerians are not going to be interested in stories. Nigerians want to see action. And that is why I commend the joint committees for the recommendations that they have done. And I commend the senators who are constantly going back home almost every weekend to assist to make sure that you reduce whatever sufferings, but assure the people that this government will do everything possible. That's why I said no policy will be exclusive or excluded. This is an emergency situation. Nigerians want to eat food and we are going to provide food for them. The government will have no excuse. Despite what we met on ground, COVID-19 used to kill, in Italy alone, up to 4,000 people in a day. Most of them were farmers. They couldn't go back.
While we blame Tinubu, let's also drag state governors as well. They are as guilty and incompetent as the latter. Imagine our president's son, Seyi Tinubu, yarning what not about the economic situation. Person we no even dey Naija, where they could stop the world. They talk, say, make Nigerians endure the hunger and hardship. Somebody needs to wire him cord. Netizens said if Seyi Tinubu sold his wristwatch, the money could fix the slums in Lagos. In fact, they will no longer exist. People cannot endure anger. No way. It's why they troop to the streets, seeking for asylum. Their mumu don't do. Campaign bribe. Money don't finish.
I want asylum. I don't want this one again. Do it. I want asylum.
Nollywood celebrities feeling the pain. Campaign funds don't finish. They are dancing to the tune of their bad decisions and greediness. The economy touch everybody. Check out a throwback video of them celebs campaigning blindly for someone incompetent.
Kò sí ẹni tí ó yẹ lásìkò yìí láti gbé àsíá ẹgbẹ́ APC bí kò ṣe àkọ́bí ọmọ olódò idẹ.
Pẹ̀lú àtìlẹ́yìn Ọlọ́run àti àfọwọ́sowọ́pọ̀ ọmọ Nàìjíríà rere. Ipò ààrẹ orílẹ̀-èdè Nàìjíríà yìí.
Ó ti ṣeé ṣe.
Ó dẹ̀ dá wa lójú wípé
Ìtẹ̀síwájú ọ̀tún á dé borílẹ̀-èdè wa.
nítorí kíni. Aṣáájú kájẹ́ akíkanjú ni ọ̀mọ̀wé ni. Pẹ̀lú ìrírí tó péye. Ìmọ̀ àti òye.
Láti darí àwa ọmọ Nàìjíríà dé ilẹ̀ ìlérí.
Araba ní bàbá.
Ẹni abálábà ní bàbá.
Aṣíwájú Bọ́lá Ahmed Tinubu ni. Òun gangan ni.
Òun ló kàn. Nítorí wípé òun ló tó gbangba sùn lọ́yẹ̀. Aṣíwájú Bọ́lá
Ahmed Tinubu. Akànbí ọmọ olódò dẹ. Jìjàgàbá.
Tinubu for president.
Ohun ọ̀run ti gbọ́, ó ti rí bẹ́ẹ̀, ó ti ṣe bẹ́ẹ̀.
This message is from the League of Actors 2023.
What bugs me is some of them like Seyi Law, Tony Abraham, and Yola Badmus are still taking pity on President Tinubu, holding on to a lost hope. Why take pity on President Tinubu when he used his own mouth to say this?
Corruption, poverty, inconsistencies in policy, and many other problems confronting us. But don't pity me. I ask for the job. I campaign for it. No excuses. I will live up to the bill. I promise you. Thank you very much. Thank you.
Mr. Olaya Igwe, who went naked for Tinubu, has been on a begging spree since the beginning of the year. Nobody is listening. Igwe, explain, Taya.
Nípa ti èmi lọ́kàn yìí ẹ má bínú mo ṣì ń bẹ̀bẹ̀ mo dẹ̀ máa bẹ̀bẹ̀ ni ṣe rí ẹ̀bẹ̀ tí mò ń bẹ̀ ìfẹ́ tẹ ní sí mi ti pọ̀ jù ṣe rí nípa èyí tí mo lọ sí beach tí mo lọ ṣe yẹn revolution ni o yóò déédéé lọ Ọlọ́run ló ní kí n lọ pẹ̀lú ìmísí kò jàlá kò jọ ìṣípayá mo dẹ̀ ní òkè no problem máa lọ nítorí ẹni yìí ti ṣe mí lóore ó ṣe jẹ́ mi ni wọ́n á fẹ́ rán pé kí n lọ ṣerú nǹkan bẹ́ẹ̀ nígbà tó ṣe mí lóore tó la ẹ̀mí mi lọ.
Somebody say confusion. Our beloved federal government are confused on what to do with Emefiele. Waiting Musa no go here forget.
So the kind of debts and the kind of economic mess that we're in, a lot of people did not understand. Sometimes I remember President Obama saying that you cannot know Washington until you get to Washington. So by the time we went in to look at the economic situation of the country, it was terrible. So you know that the former governor of Central Bank, we don't even know what to charge him with. Whether to charge him for putting foam on top of the bill, or to charge him for illegal possession of firearm, or to charge him for printing notes without income. I don't know what we are going to charge him with. But what we can know is that yes, there is hunger today because of the kind of policies and actions that they took. And we recognize that. And I think every political party should recognize that there is hunger and that we are battling to ensure that Nigerians can sleep with their eyes closed. Yes, there is security. We are battling to ensure that Nigerians can eat 3 square meals a day. But be rest assured that we campaign for this job. We campaign and dance around the country. We will not let you down. We'll get to the bottom of it. All we need is patience. The rot that has happened in Nigeria for so many years, for almost 60 years, cannot be solved in 6 months. So that is what we need is patience. Patience from all quarters.
This Akpapio's video has caused trouble for Trouble Finder. Emefiele had the infantry to sue the Senate president 25 billion naira over a defamatory statement against him. Yes, he made life unbearable for Nigerians. We're still suffering from all these bad decisions, but to blame him for the president's incompetence, Emefiele wasn't having it. Politicians and propaganda are like 2 peas in a pod. Police arresting and releasing Labour Party chairman Julius Abur over allegations of premeditated murder and fraud in 24 hours. What is really going on in Labour Party camp? Who are they trying to deceive? Accusing Abur of fraud is actually easier to believe than tainting his reputation with premeditated murder. Ha! Who did he try to eliminate? Well, I rest my case.
They have graciously released me on bail, except for the state chairman and the state youth leader. They have also promised that by the early hours of this morning, they will release me. So we are hoping that they will fulfill their promise and actually release me. Whatever is happening to me will not discourage me from this. Sure. We must continue to pursue the cause of the people. Sure. We must continue to fight for our people till we liberate them. I've said it and I will say it again. It is not capturing power that matters. It is what you do with power. Today, APC is in power. Life has become more unbearable for the people. Yes. Today, to finish the dollar is exchanging 1,900 for almost 2,000 Nigerians. Fuel today is sold for 700 naira per liter. 720. There is even scarcity now, and it's likely that it's going to be increased. Yeah. Inflation, even though it was double digits, it is now above 31%. Unemployment has increased. A bag of rice today is sold for 120,000 naira, and minimum wage is 30,000. You can see the paradox. You can see the irony. So Nigerians are in for very serious and difficult times. And Mr. President said something recently. He said Nigerians should continue to bear the loss. It is my prayer that Nigeria, not until Nigerians start eating themselves on the streets before they will realize that they need to do something about the country. Like I said, it's not capturing power that matters. It's what you do with power. That's true.
You too, yeah? Oh, yeah! Oh, yeah! God bless. God bless my national chairman, my own. Amen. Go grab our honorable.
With all the storms rocking the nation, all the volcanic eruptions, our Igbo brothers make a eluna small. Igbo kwenu, kwezwenu, mbia. With all the chaos APC they show us for this country, I noticed na Punkwe no even stress to storm streets to protest. Now just they cruise, drink beer, they go.
So these men called me that I should come and drink. They are flexing. They said they love Tinubu's government, and they say no Igbo man should join any protest.
Yes, sir.
It's way back time. Yes. If we want you before and you refuse to leave, We shall stand. Our mandate, we shall stand. Our mandate, our mandate, our mandate, we shall stand. Good government, good for you guys. When we are paying a man,
the truth is bitter. True. If Easterners decide to protest, it's another story government will cook up. Wisdom is profitable to direct.
You good for us, you good for us,
And it's a wrap on this week's highlights. Join me again on this space next week. I remain Opeyemi Olugbemi. Do stay safe.